The only difference between Jay-Z and Shannon's situation, because he put Jay-Z name in it because Busby tried to go after Jay-Z, is Jay-Z from beginning to end said, I didn't do a motherfucking thing. Jay-Z ain't trying to give nobody no money. Jay-Z ain't trying to settle out. Jay-Z actually said that if y'all think y'all got something on me, a civil lawsuit, make it criminal. I should be going to jail if I did something like this. And that is out of here.
Shannon Sharpe just settled a $50 million lawsuit. But what happened? And how did Jay-Z outplay his entire situation without breaking a single sweat? We'll break down how Shannon Sharpe's high-stakes legal battle turned into a legal disaster, while Jay-Z played the game strategically, and how Cameron sees it all. What did Shannon Sharpe miss that could have saved his reputation? And why did Jay-Z's approach leave no room for mistakes? We're digging into the drama, the settlements, and the shocking moves you didn't see coming. This isn't just about lawsuits or media drama. It's about how the game is played at the highest level, and who really wins when the stakes are this high. So here's the deal. Shannon Sharpe, one of the most respected voices in sports media, gets caught in a legal mess after being hit with serious accusations from an ex-girlfriend. We're talking about a $50 million lawsuit for essay and battery, and all eyes are on him. Sharpe denied everything, calling it a shakedown, but when the dust settled, he was forced into a quiet settlement. But this isn't just about a lawsuit. There's a much deeper game at play here. Enter Tony Busby, the same lawyer who tried to go after Jay-Z in the past, and now he took aim at Shannon Sharpe and he was successful. Why is all this happening, and why does it seem like Shannon Sharpe's career took a massive hit while Jay-Z kept moving forward untouched? Was it Shannon Sharpe's reaction that made things worse? Or is there something more sinister behind the scenes? Let's keep it 100 for a second. Jay-Z played the game smart, never backing down and always staying 3 steps ahead. Cameron's perspective on this is about to challenge everything you thought you knew about how the game is really played. What's the real difference between how Jay-Z and Shannon Sharpe handled their situations? And could Shannon Sharpe have avoided this catastrophic fall from grace? We're about to break this all the way down. Now I'm about to play this clip for y'all, but before I do, I just need you to like, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
So, Shannon Sharpe, he is being accused of sexual assault in a new lawsuit for allegedly dating a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who's now suing him for $50 million. The woman has since released an alleged audio conversation of the two where he said, "I'll choke the shit out of you." So in return, Shannon Sharpe responded with the text messages where him and the girl were talking, and she said some things like, I don't want anybody to cut this with me saying this, but she said, "I know you miss this ass, $25K for each cheek, want you to put a big black baby in me," and a whole bunch of other things to him. He also then responded with the video saying he is going to defend himself because what's going on isn't right, and he said it's all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has also targeted Jay-Z. He said Tony targets black men and he expects him to release a sex tape that tries to make him look guilty. So earlier, both lawyers for Shannon Sharpe and his accuser confirmed he also offered to pay $10 million to settle the case and not disclose the allegations with the girl. Whole lot to unpack. Cam, what are your initial thoughts?
Let me ask you a question before I give my opinion.
Okay.
Do you think this has something to do with her being white?
Yes.
I knew it. Why?
Because
so a black girl wouldn't do this?
I'm not saying a black girl wouldn't do it, but less likely to. I think, first of all, the whole big black baby and me, all that is like, okay, if you're into that, if you like the race baiting, all that, cool. Some people like that. That's the first thing. Second thing, we all saw Shannon Sharpe might be signing a $100 million deal. Woo, 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 woo. You're an OnlyFans model and you're trying to get him with that. And now all of a sudden, $50 million. And this isn't to, discredit anybody who is, going through serious issues and like sexual assault cases. Like, hope that works out for all of you guys. But all the different terms in this, it's interesting. So yes, I think it has a lot to do with her being a white woman.
So from what I got from what you said, stay away from them white bitches. That's what you said in a real politically correct way. Yo, y'all black niggas that be fucking with these white bitches, see what happens? That's what Stat just said in a very professional way. That was really nice the way you put that, because that's all you really said. This what happened when you fuck with them white bitches. That's what you get. That's exactly what I heard from you. But look, this is a few, like you said, it's a lot of shit to unpack with this. First thing you said, $100 million, now they want 50 out of nowhere. But you know, when you sue for 50, you don't really want 50. You take about 23, 20, 24, you go for the high number so you can settle out for what you really want. That's first and foremost. Secondly, she 20. How old, 92?
50, so I'm going to get his
like,
exact age.
you got to know what's going on. Not saying she don't fuck with you. Listen, I remember
56.
56. I remember Delicious from Flavor of Love wanted Unc. She was on his body too. Unc stay in shape. He popping, etc. It's a lot going on. Especially he has a newfound light. You know what I'm saying? What I will say is this, is that to me, for this last few years, and I'm talking about not even a few years, probably 6, 7 years now, because he started on what is that shit with Skip he was doing? Whatever that shit was called. Undisputed. About 6, 7 years ago. So you have Undisputed. Then he has the success with Club Shay Shay. Then he has his other shows that he do on the internet. Then not only that, you leave Undisputed and go to First Take. So when I first seen Shannon on the internet arguing, going back and forth with certain people, you know, even me and him had a couple words here and there. Nothing crazy. I got mad love for Uncle, super duper love for that nigga. But when I see him going back and forth with other people, so to speak, and I say, he doesn't get it. Now he probably gets it. He's getting more seasoned. But I'm talking about last year when he's arguing the sex tape, if you want to call it that, and going back, and before that was other things, people saying that he was gay, and he's going back and forth arguing with people. I'm saying, it's one thing being a successful athlete, and then it's a different thing being a successful entertainer, even though sports is entertainment. But, you know, Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, so people know who he is. But now you're sitting there talking about people. It's one thing when you're catching the ball, scoring touchdowns. It's another thing when you're opinionated about different people. So he found a new brand of success, and I don't think he knew about it in the beginning, because, you know, he used to say, my sister said, when you're at the top, this, that, and third. Yeah, nigga, that's the way it goes. People are going to want to come at you when you're successful in this realm. When you're successful in football, people can't run as fast as you or jump as high as you or catch touchdowns. It's something different to where you're being opinionated. And now that you have a smartphone, everybody has an opinion. Anybody with a smartphone can have an opinion. So when you have this newfound success, you got to know how to move, especially with the bitches. You got to know how to move, my nigga, because I'm not saying niggas don't fuck with you, but they want something. They want a couple dollars. They want $25,000 a cheek. Fuck is that? Yo, $25,000 a cheek, and you still speak to the bitch? Like you said, to me, it sounds like they had a lot of, what's the word? I don't want to use BDSM. They had a lot of like little rough relationship. When I say that, choke her and she like it, or grab her up and she like it. Because there's some shit I read it too, that he had anal sex and she got mad because he ain't put the condom on, or some shit like that. Obviously, Shorty likes some of this shit, my personal opinion. And like Stat said, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody going through something serious. But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada. She moved from California to Nevada too. So if somebody's being abusive to you in one state, why would you move to the next state with the same nigga who's abusing you? I don't know. Me personally, I found the red flag with that personally. And then the next thing is this sex tape that's supposedly coming out. Shannon said, put the whole 30 minutes out, or 10 minutes, whatever it is. I guess there's some part in there for 30 seconds because Unc brought that up. Shannon brought that up. He said, I believe he's going to release 30 seconds of it. Whatever that 30 seconds is must be nasty and violent and fucked up. If you don't want to put the whole 10 minutes and you reducing it to that 30, it must have been WWE in that joint. Elbow off the top of the bed, off the thrower against the dresser. You white little bitch, come here, suck big black dick. Fuck you talking about? You want nigga dick? I get that part. I get it. Because I tell white bitches you want that nigga dick. But it's consensual. They agree. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been doing this in a different realm from him. I never made it as a professional athlete. I've been out here shaking and juggling these bitches since 20 years old. I know what you up to. I know when a bitch try to bait me in a text message to say some dumb shit. I ain't writing it back. You right. And I'm not writing nothing back. You can't get me to write a damn thing back when I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Then you gotta know. You gotta know. See, that's the fucked up thing. It seemed like he trusted her from the conversation I heard. You gotta read the signs like, I don't want to get choked. That ain't something you usually say. Hold on. You don't usually talk to me like this. Why are you talking to me like this now? Yo, I'm gonna hit you back. Boom. And then you know when shit ain't right, you be like, when you answer the phone, they be like, hello, hello, hello. They setting up. Oh, I can hear you now. They done set the call up. You gotta read all these signs, bro. And you gotta think about this, right? This is why, and a lot of people call this nigga Uncle Tom, and he don't like black people, or this, that, and the third, et cetera, et cetera. This is why Stephen A. don't get into no shit like this. And I'm gonna say none of us is above it, knock on wood, but he knows he works for Disney. When you work for Disney, a sex tape can't be coming out like this. You can't be admitting that, 30 seconds of this shit was kind of rough. I'm letting y'all know. Shit get a little wild. But didn't he like 30 seconds get what? Yo, this Mickey Mouse in now. What you mean 30 seconds get wild? I think that Disney's getting a little more lenient because of shit like Pat McAfee. Cursing at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Not just that, Shannon had a little sex tape that he admitted to, nothing visual, just vocal. So I think it's a little more lenient, and I hope that Disney does keep him. I'm rooting for him because I do believe this is a shakedown. But when you start getting the video evidence and vocal evidence and audio evidence, I should say, pardon me, and text messages and this, that, and the third, that's crazy. Last thing I'll say before I let Stat give her opinion, if she has an opinion,
I do,
is that the Busby shit. I don't like the name Busby. It sounds like the nigga that you be like, have you been done wrong? And then an 800 number pop up at the bottom of the screen. Call Busby. We'll make sure we'll get your money. That name sounds crazy. The only difference between Jay-Z and Shannon's situation, because he put Jay-Z's name in it because Busby tried to go after Jay-Z, is Jay-Z from beginning to end said, I didn't do a motherfucking thing. Jay-Z ain't trying to give nobody no money. Jay-Z ain't trying to settle out. Jay-Z actually said, fuck that. If y'all think y'all got something on me, fuck a civil lawsuit, make it criminal. I should be going to jail if I did something like this. And that shit was out of here because they knew they ain't have nothing on them. Now, when you trying to settle out on the low, it's a little bit of guilt there. Something happened. Not saying it wasn't consensual. Maybe you offered the money because you like, look, I ain't got time. I just need this to be swept under the rug so I can get back to work and do what I got to do in between these deals. But that's the problem, too. Think about Puff and Cassie, right? You make this deal. You give Cassie $15 million or whatever she got. And be like, okay, everything's swept under the rug, right? Cool. Let's keep life moving. Yeah, I never called nigga. I got the tape. Nigga hit you like Menace. You ain't seen Menace that. Nigga said, I got the tape. Nigga, now it's another nigga. You call, I thought we settled out, Cassie. This nigga made a copy and all that. Like, I ain't even know the nigga had a copy or that. Now you got Puff running down the hall and the towel dragging him out of here. After you done paid $15 million, it's a mess. It's a damn mess, man. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I do know that it don't look good when you try to give somebody a couple dollars to sweep it under the rug. Like I said, Busby did go after Jay-Z. That nigga Jay-Z hit Busby with a with a Kentucky Fried 8-piece. Bop, 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 bop. Sent that nigga back in his office. We ain't hear about Busby until this Shannon shit. We'll see what happens, but that's my thoughts on it.
So after all the drama with Shannon Sharpe, Jay-Z, and the legal battle that followed, you have to ask yourself, how did we get here? Like, it's crazy to think how two guys from the same world, connected by money, fame, and public scrutiny, can go in such different directions when things hit the fan. Shannon Sharpe's fall from grace shows just how quickly somebody's career can unravel if the strategy they have is wrong. I mean, Jay-Z, the dude is a master of playing the game. It's almost like he's always thinking 10 steps ahead. While Shannon Sharpe, not so much. And you know what? That's what makes all this so interesting. It's not just about a lawsuit or a messy breakup or any of the surface level drama we see. It's about strategy, self-preservation, and how you navigate the world when everybody's watching you. Jay-Z didn't get to where he is by reacting in the heat of the moment. He knows the game's about playing long-term, about building that legacy in the background while letting everybody else fight it out in the foreground. The way he handles media, controversies, and even the occasional beef, it's a masterclass at how to stay untouched in a world of chaos. But I'm not gonna lie, part of me feels bad for Shannon Sharpe. I mean, you've got a guy who's built his career, built his reputation, only to see it all potentially come crashing down. I know he's denying all the allegations, but the fact that this went public, that it's all out there now, and he had to settle? Now that's a whole different level of pressure. It's hard not to feel bad for somebody who was once so untouchable, now finding himself in this mess. But what do y'all think? Do you think Shannon Sharpe could have handled this differently? Or does Jay-Z have the ultimate blueprint for how to stay ahead of the game? And make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.